Your favorite idol is a train wreck. Welcome to the backstage chaos no fan sees. I'm Zan, konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope you're doing good and hope you're excited to talk about manga at this awesome podcast. So with that in mind, let's actually get to it because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one that only the wheel of manga. And it take turn reviewing a manga that is focusing on a very niche part of fandom. And what are we talking about? We are talking about J-pop idols. More importantly, the ones that we follow and we stand about, the one which is our Oshi or our fan favorite. And this is the story of that, of a young woman who discovers there's more to her Oshi than there was before. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Tamon's B-side by Yuki Shiwasu. This came out by Viz Media, and I picked up the Kubo version because you can't find the physical copy right now. It's kind of weird. But let's actually get to it because this is the story of two people. The first is Tamon Fukuhara, the lead singer of the band known as Face. Well, he's not the lead singer, he's the current face of Face. And he's super popular and beloved. He's charismatic. He is the sexy boy that will break your heart no matter what. And then we have our main character, Utagu Kinoshita, and she is a super fangirl for Tamon. To the level where he is her Oshiman, which is her favorite in the group, and she is crazy for him. She dedicates her life to him. She watches all of his interviews. She records them. She cuts out every single snippet, every single article, every single magazine, and organizes them in a alphabetical fashion based on date. Kind of crazy, but she loves this guy. He's charismatic. He's wonderful to the point where she is actually doing what is called oshikatsu to make sure his life is good. Now, for those who don't know, oshikatsu is where you spend a lot of money and time to support your favorite idol or fan, and this is a proof that you are their best fan. And she's obsessed with this, so she ends up getting a job as a housekeeper, and she does this so she could do things like get tickets to the concerts, go to the face meets, and all the other obsessive things that fans do. And then what happens is one day at her job, where she's a housekeeper, they say, "Listen, your coworker is in the hospital. We need you to cover her job for this week." And she works at someone whose name is Tamon Fukuhara. And she's like, "Whoa, same name as Tamon-san. I wonder if it's the same person." Nah, probably not. It's just a joke. But if it really is him, that'd be awesome and amazing. And when she arrives there, she sees not the handsome, pretty boy who everyone loves, but rather a ghoul in the corner with a hoodie over his head. And she's like, "Who is this really depressed dude in the corner?" But then, as she looks at his facial features, because of her obsessive nature, she's able to see the exact moment, mole, everything that it is Tamon-san. Yes, this is Tamon. But in reality, this isn't Tamon as you would expect. This is how he really is. He's not always the pretty, handsome, charismatic, happy-go-lucky guy that we see on TV interviews and concerts. No, he's actually a super depressed, really scared guy who just wants to do the best he can. He thinks that he's lying to everybody. And she is shocked by this. She doesn't know what to do. She really doesn't, because it's like he is really depressed. And when she doesn't acknowledge him, he freaks out, saying, "Oh God, she hates me. She thinks I'm a fake. When she sees the real me, she's going to destroy it," because he doesn't realize she's a fake. Or he doesn't realize that she is that obsessed with him. And when he starts talking down about himself, her fandom, her obsessiveness for Oshiman goes to overdrive. And what does she do? She ends up making sure that he is happy and wonderful the best way she can by abusing him and yelling at him and saying that there is no way that you are evil because Tamon is a god. He is the greatest god. Say you are a god. You are the greatest thing ever. We all love you. Your sweat is our water. We are the best. And he gets really creeped out by this. But more importantly than that, he gets invigorated by this in a weird sort of way because her yelling at him and her making him be positive helps him out. And so this leads to her actually being at his side and supporting him and helping him get through these depressing moments. And it's kind of cool we see her go through this as she's trying to be there. And more importantly, Tamon ends up getting out of this funk and he starts bettering himself, but he still is that depressed person because his inner Tamon is his Jime Haru, Gloomy Haru. That's who he is. His outer Haru, when he gets really excited or he is in work mode, is his Ike Haru or the Hadi Haru. And so you have these two versions kind of fighting with each other to be the best they can. And the person who sees both sides is Utage. And she ends up being there to support him, make him better himself, and just be the best that he can be by being her being his influence. And it's a really interesting story, which is now the beginning of obviously where he's going to fall in love with her, and she's not going to realize it because she doesn't feel she it is right for her to take away the beauty that is Tamon. Because no matter what, he is her Oshiman. She cannot hold him to herself, even though he totally would be fine with her holding uh him to herself. So there's this very interesting twist of they like each other, but she will not. She's trying to be altruistic, but he likes her and this and that and all the other things. And he does care about her. When she leaves, he goes after her, which is kind of cool. But then there are other moments where things happen, and then he's like super charismatic. But then when she gets him upset, he turns back to Gloomy Haru, and he's all sad, and mushrooms are popping up everywhere. And that's the series in a nutshell. And she is a bad fan, as she says, but she is a cool character. And that is what this series is about. The series is about the truth of fandom, the truth of being a person in there, and a romance between two crazy people. One who's obsessed with the other person, and the other person who doesn't think he's good enough for anybody unless he's on stage. And then when he's on stage, he turns to Ikeharu, Hadiharu, and he's fine, but then he regresses back. Like when he says that he needs her, he's at a concert and he goes immediately from Ikeharu to Jimeharu, and he's like, I'm so sad. You can't leave me. And she's like, shut up. Get back out there. You have to be pretty. We don't need this dark side. We need happy side. And these other supporting characters are all for it. Well, some of them are. The manager's like, you're able to make him happy by getting him out of his funk. You're going to be my helper. And then one of the other members of the fandom is like, I don't want you liking him like that. I want you to like me like that. So I'm going to make you like me because you're crazy and I want a crazy person like you in my life. Because that fandom is like, that love is perfect. It's real. And that's this series in a nutshell. It is crazy. It is fun. It is ridiculous. It is odd. And also, I had to learn a lot about fandom words and language because a lot of the vocab isn't there. That's kind of odd. Like a Kamioshi, which is the one that you love the most. Oshiman, which is your favorite in the group. Oshi, the favorite idol of all time. For a moment, I was switching over to stands because remember or bias, like the Yakuza's bias. But I had to like differentiate between K-pop and J-pop, and it's the whole wormhole that got kind of crazy. But besides the story, how is it? The art is pretty wonderful. It is pretty good artwork. It's pretty. It's sweet. It does the switch from Gloomy Haru to Hadi Haru very easily. You have some very standard Shojo moments, which look great, where you have the chibi forms and you have the beauty forms, the Shojo forms. It all goes into that as well. Now, with all these positives, this is a very, very familiar story. It's a very familiar story. We have the character who's down on their luck, and then you have the person who is in love with them and sees a side of themselves that they don't show anybody else. And they don't realize the wonderfulness that is that you are seeing the side of themselves that they really are. And it's been done before. It's been done before a lot. Now, the switch from this to being about J-pop, I do like that aspect. It's similar to one where there was about an actor who the actor was popular, and then when he's at home, he's just depressed and a slob. But this has been done so many more times. I mean, besides Kari Kano, Imakoi, there's literally hundreds of them. And we've reviewed so many of them over the years. 600 episodes, we've got a lot that we've talked about. So, because of that reason, I'm a little jaded on it. I've read this before. I've read this, and I know that the big thing about the series is that it is going to milk this situation for the entire series. This isn't going to be one where they're going to get together in 2 chapters. This is going to be, you're going to be 9 volumes in, they're still not together. Which, unlike with smoking behind this shopping mart, this one's going to be a little bit more tolerable. But it is still that will they, won't they, will they, won't they, will they, won't they, will they, won't they. And it's because more she's obsessed than he is. And it's kind of a sad, it's a kind of a little bit of a sad moment of it because I really do enjoy the series. It's just that it's hard. It's going to be the same thing over and over and over again. And some of the characters are very much just stereotypes. Like the group members for Face, they are all the stereotypes. They're playing with the stereotypes where it's like, oh, he's the kind, considerate one, but in reality, he's an asshole. And he's the one that is the super smart, collected one. But in reality, he's a moron. And he's the cute, candy obsessed cutie boy. But he's really a really screwed up pervert. It's like, we've seen this switch before. I wanted something a little different, a little bit of spice to this, something more than generic. And for physical copy, I can't review the physical copy because I had to get a digital copy. This is completely out of stock. We can't find this anywhere. Greta and I were looking all over for this book. We can't find it. Greta likes the anime. The manga she thought was cute, but I had to get a Kubo copy, which I like Kubo. Kubo's a really good, underrated e-reader. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely read it. But I digress. This is not me promoting Kubo over Kindle or Nook. So anyway, let's get to it. So what is my rating of this review? Did I love it? Did I hate it? What are my thoughts? Well, honestly, it's a gift from a crazy Aunt Miro. It's okay, but in the end, it's forgettable. It's a refreshing look at idol culture, and I love how Utaga's support of Tamon is essentially abusive. Like, she turns into straight up biker girl who's obsessed with him. Like, if he says anything negative, she will beat him until he says okay. But then when he turns the charm on, he knocks her out. And the art is kind of charming. It is standard Shojo, but I like some of the scenes for the concerts. It's well done. And some of the cons are this is a wash, rinse, repeat story. It's going to be wash, rinse, repeat. Incident happens, she goes, saves the day, that's it. And then we're going to introduce another character, wash, rinse, repeat. And this is a very niche subject. If you are not someone in a fan culture, you are not going to like this at all. But if you are in a fan culture, you're going to love this. The slow romantic progress is my big issue about the series. But it's got the standard tropes, bipolar love interest, J-pop idol fandom, and the obsessive fangirl who meets reality when she sees what's going on behind the curtain. Yeah. So that is my thoughts on Timon's B-side. Now, if you've read this and you think differently, or you think I am not being nice enough, because I like the series a lot, it's just I'm being realistic. But if you think I'm being too nice on this, or if you hate this series, let me know. Tell me your thoughts. Email me, zanspiraken.com. Leave a comment down below. And let me know your thoughts. So with that, let's actually get to the manga release for the week, because we've got a lot to go through this week. Let's go. Starting off, we've got With You, Our Love Will Make It Through, Volume 4. Wild Beast Forest House, Volume 3. The White Cat's Revenge Plotted from the Dragon King's Lap, Volume 5. Versus, Volume 5. Time Stop Hero, Volume 14. I have no idea how this series is still going on. A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School, Volume 17. Sweet Heat Before Falling in Love, The CEO and His Faded Omega, Volume 4. Super Ball Girls, Volume 3. Stray Cat and Wolf, Volume 4. Statues, the new Junji Ito title. Spy Classroom Third Period Forgetter, Volume 2. This is the final one in the series. Soulless, the complete omnibus collection. Soma Spider, So What? Extra, Volume 1, light novel. Skeleton Knight in Another World, light novel, Volume 14. Secret of the Silent Witch, Volume 4. This is also light novel. The Sacrificial Princess and the Night Beast Heir, White Rabbit, and the Prince of Beasts, Volume 3. Rock is a Lady's Modesty, Volume 2. Reincarnated Coliseum, Volume 3. Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, light novel number 13. ReZero Starting Life in Another World, light novel 10. This is chapter 4, The Sanctuary and the Witch Breed. A Pen, Handcuffs, and a Common Law Marriage, Volume 1. On and Off Work-Life Imbalance, Volume 3. No Game, No Life, Chapter 2, The Eastern Union Arc, Volume 3. This is the manga. My Mate is a Feline Gentleman. My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, manga number 6. My Girlfriend Cheated on Me, and Now My Flirty Upperclassman Won't Leave Me Alone, light novel 1. My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress, Volume 7. Mono, number 4. Me and My Beast Boss, Volume 4. The Margrave's Daughter and the Enemy Prince, Volume 7. Licorice Recoil, Volume 2. Lone Wolf and Cub, Omnibus 2. The Legend of Dororo and Hyakimaru, Volume 11 of the manga. Kanan the Sorcerer Can See, light novel 2. Kei Yuki, Bound by Law, Volume 11. Just Like Mona Lisa, Volume 8. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 7, Steel Ball Run, Volume 6. It's All Your Fault, Volume 3. It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love, Volume 5. In the Heavenly Prison, The Devil Enchants Me, Volume 3. If It's You, I Might Try Falling in Love, Volume 3. I'll Become a Villainess Who Goes Down in History, Volume 4. I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl, Volume 10. The Husky and His White Cat Shizune, Volume 11. How to Love a Loser, Volume 1. Hooligans, Volume 2. Hollow Regalia, Volume 2. His Little Amber, Volume 1. Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the hardcover, Volume 4. Game of Familia, Volume 8. Gals Can't Be Kinda Otaku, Volume 2. Fluffy Cafe in Another World, Manga Number 1. The Fiancé Chosen by the Ring, Volume 7, this light novel series. Excellent Property Rejects for Residents, Volume 5. This is the final one in the series. Elden Ring, The Road to the Ord Tree, Volume 8. Dragon Quest, The Mark of Edric, Volume 3. The Demons Are Planning Something Good, Volume 2. Death March to the Parallel World, Volume 18. Light novel. A Condition Called Love, Volume 17. Common Sense Monster, Volume 2. Blue Lock, Volume 28. Blends, Volume 4. Becoming a Princess Knight and Working at Yuri Brothel, Volume 5. Be My Worst Nightmare, Volume 4. Battlefront of the Great Powers, Volume 1. The Barbarian's Bride, Volume 6. Bad Girl, Volume 1. Apocalypse Bringer Myoghara, Volume 5. This is a light novel. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You, Volume 10. The Anemone Feels the Heat, Volume 3. Always a Catch, Volume 6. And then last but not least, we've got Agents of the Four Seasons, Volume 4. So these are the manga releases for the week. We've got so many good ones, so many bad ones, so many weird ones. But which of the ones are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me, zay@spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Now, for me personally, my top 5 are going to be Battlefront of the Great Powers, Volume 1. This series looks really cool. I don't know what it's about, but we're going to find out. Fluffy Cafe in Another World, Volume 1. This one, it's an isekai that looks kind of cute. A Pen Handcuffed in a Common Law Marriage. The title intrigues me. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm going to check it out. Soulless, the Complete Omnibus. This series is old school, even for me, so I want to check out what it's about. And then Statues, which is the new Junji Ito. It's a new Junji Ito. So which of these are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me at zay@spiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. And so, before we go any further, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who are checking out this show. Every email I get, every new comment, every new subscriber, it gives me more motivation to keep doing this because I love doing this. So thank you so much. Keep checking in, keep emailing me, keep talking to me, just keep getting engaged because I want to do this till I'm an old man who reads manga with thick glasses and large print manga. So thank you so much. And continue to check out the podcast. Definitely subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, as always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notification for when we release new episodes. We try to release them on Wednesdays and Mondays for our book review and a couple other reviews. I believe we're going to be doing some movie reviews coming up because this week we've got Project Hail Mary, the live action, and this morning it actually dropped the Spider-Man trailer. So yeah, that happened. So I got to talk about that. But I digress. So with that in mind, let's actually get to the part that you've all been waiting for. The most popular part of this podcast, my favorite part of this podcast, your favorite part of this podcast. And what are we talking about? We are talking about that one, that only. The Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. We're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, that's the manga review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 623. So let's spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode, shall we? Number 2. So in the next episode, we're going to be reviewing Centura. This is a manga which looks really popular, and what is it about? I don't know. We had it as one of my favorites a couple of weeks ago, but we'll spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this episode. As always, I'm your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time, and always, keep reading manga. I will see you later.